Hello, everyone. My name is Marc Tolliver, and I am a life coach, business coach, and leadership coach associated with Life Creations Education, which is a coaching company out of Carlsbad, California. And I'm actually coming to you from Maui, Hawaii. So, aloha. Thank you so much for opening up the video today. And whatever got you to open up this video is perfect because I give a nugget in each video that I do fresh once a week. And I usually get my inspiration from all of you that tap in, that reply to me through my email, which is down below this email. You can personally email me. And also the comments in the comment sections. I'm on many websites, so I make it a practice to check each and individual one myself and to really look at the comments that are being made. And last week was interesting. And it was something that actually happened to me personally as well, that a reviewer or a student, just like yourself, commented on. And that was about it seems like things are always getting in my way when I'm trying to practice my intention. And yes, I said the word trying because that's the way it was written. Trying to a coach means you're kind of half-half, but also meaning that it's hard to get to that next level and you're trying. It's like trying to stand up in the middle, but how intense is that to just kind of half stand up? It can get painful. So trying is something that is kind of middle of the road. What we want to do is we want to go there. We want to get there. But when circumstances happen, sometimes it's hard to do that. I had a circumstance, a personal circumstance that happened recently where I didn't even know I was going to be able to get this video out on time because I do these once a week on Thursdays, fresh. And I had a situation that took me 2 days to really focus in on my family, to focus in on my mom that had gotten injured. And I needed to really focus in on her and focus in on the situation. And of course, when it comes to family, scratched everything aside, stopped my coaching, all the material that I was going to do. I just laid that aside, kind of like cleaning the desk clean, and focused in on what was needed at time. And focusing in on what is your importance at that moment. I'm always talking about when we create an intention, we strike an action. We strike that action to get the reaction coming back, be it negative or positive, about your intention. But other things and circumstances can come up as well, like my mom. She woke up one morning and she was in pain with her leg. Well, of course, I'm going to put everything aside to help her out when she calls for help. But the emotions behind that too. That here I'm rolling, doing this thing, getting ready to do my taping, and I can't do it. And when am I going to do it? Well, most people would call that an obstacle that would come your way. And that for me definitely was a circumstance. It was an obstacle. Here I'm trying to do something. And here I use the word trying. But I had to stop in the middle. Almost like I had to sit back down and go, okay, what do I need to do here? And it's funny because one of my favorite words is actually a Japanese word called Santo-Shema. Santo-Shema means obstacles that come your way before greatness. No matter what that obstacle is, like my mother. She needs my help. She needs me to take her to all the doctor's appointments. She needs for me to make sure that she's okay. And what's my emotions behind that? Of course, being a loving son, I go into panic. I go into, oh my God, this is going to really be kind of crazy, but I'm kind of like the caregiver in the family, so I assume that role and I go for it. Great. But then while I'm taking my mother to the doctor's appointment and I am running around, I'm also seeing that I have another little side of me, this little conversation going on in my head going, okay, well, what about the rest of your day? What about this? And da, 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 da. And then maybe a little bit of fear starts coming in. Well, now I'm in fear because of what's going on, and I don't like to see a person in pain, and then all this happening as well. What's going on? That chatter, that chatter, that chatter that stops. That might be even pushing some of my buttons, what we call triggers, that could trigger me into giving a smart reaction back, feeling like the victim of my circumstance and the situation, feeling like the villain for thinking about what I'm thinking, which is only natural, and also being the hero, which is actually being the hero, saving my mom. I'm here to save the day. I'm going to do this, no problem. Well, where does that come from? Well, when we think of what I brought up, victim, villain, and hero, and I do have a video all about that. It's about 22 minutes long, and the link is down below this video, so I invite you to look at that and understand what victim, villain, and hero is all about. But it's our circumstances that happen, and victim, villain, and hero is actually us. And I can be the victim of my mom's circumstance. I can be the hero of my mom's circumstance to save the day, and I can be the villain by yammering in my head, I'm supposed to be doing this other work, I'm supposed to be taping a video, I'm supposed to be going on with my day, what happened, and taking it out on my mom out of frustration. So I invite you to watch that video, and let's go on, because I'm going to talk about Santo-Shema, the circumstances that come your way. So how do we get through these circumstances so that we do not just stop or fall into avoidance or anger? How do we take this to the next level? One thing, definitely recognize the circumstance, whatever that is. Then say to yourself, how do I feel in this circumstance? What is my inner thoughts playing for me? What is it saying? Are the thoughts distracting me from where I'm supposed to go, or is the thoughts furthering me from where I'm supposed to go? Where is that? Circumstance is all about that. Circumstance is to go, okay, I have this wall. Some people could visualize a brick wall or a big wall of water like a tsunami coming straight to them. This big wave. And it'll stop everything in its path. Or it'll stop you on your path. But to understand what that wave is all about, to understand that at that moment we can all become vulnerable. And it's okay to be vulnerable because that is our power, actually. It's not giving ourselves up. It's actually our power. It's a way of going, okay, let me check in. I'm going to be vulnerable here. This is what I'm feeling. And what is that feeling for you when those circumstances come up? Do you feel like a victim? Do you feel like a villain? Do you feel like a hero, like you're going to save the day? Then focus in on where that's coming from, why that's coming from. I had to actually focus in that it was what everybody calls their little kid inside them, crying out and going, oh my God, what do I do now? Well, exactly this. This is my Santo-Shema. This is my big wave. This is me taking the surfboard and riding on top of that wave, acknowledging all the fear and the frustrations and what's going on that's all inside that wave, or behind that brick wall, and to pick at that brick wall or to ride my surfboard across the wave, on top of the wave, and land safely on shore to my intention. So since I'm a coach, I would love to be able to assign a homework project for this video. So my homework is I love for everyone to take their journal, or if you don't have a journal, create a journal, piece of paper, and just write down what your vulnerabilities are when a big wave comes to you. When you hit that brick wall in the middle of your path with setting your intention, creating that action to get the reaction. What is that reaction? And how can you rise above that or bring down that wall? And yes, it can be facing your fear of whatever that is behind you or under that water, but to be able to acknowledge it, see it, feel it, and then move on and not get stuck by it, not get toppled over in the ocean by that big wave, or to let that brick wall stop you. Because after that is greatness. That's what Santo-Shema is. When you're going towards your intention, things and obstacles will come your way and block you. And this is a way you can go on, like I went on, like I'm creating this video this morning before I start my day. So journal, check that out. If you have any questions, I do to my next videos by all of you fresh once a week. And you are my inspiration. You are the person that is behind, or I should say in front of, that wall, that big wave. You are the one that I reach out to. Okay, so with aloha, I will see everybody next Thursday. And think about the Santo-Shema effect.